Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. In this video, I present to you some of the best light spacecraft, ideal for hauling small cargo loads throughout the verse. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. These guys help me make videos like this. If you would like to support the channel even further, be sure to follow the link to my Patreon page below. It is very much appreciated. Now, hauling cargo in Star Citizen, whether it is a single concealed item or a huge hully load, will make up much of the day-to-day earnings for most of the citizens. Running goods from A to B is generally an easy way to make money and still be able to enjoy the game as a whole. So with this in mind, figuring out what ship to use for each situation can be very challenging, especially since there are so many and even more likely to come later down the line. Now today I'd like to go through some of the best light spaceships ideally suited to running cargo, ultimately helping you figure out the best ship for the job. Now before we get started, let me just fill you in with some of the need to know factors for running cargo in Star Citizen. Firstly, all current ship stats and SEU amounts are as stated as of today. They could and most likely will change as the game develops and advances further, but they will still relatively be close to what they are now, I would expect. Now you can either physically pick up cargo boxes and place them into your hold, or using the terminal you can select exactly how much cargo you want based on the size of your hold and financial status, filling your hold if you wish. The economy is still being fleshed out as well, so I'm not going to delve into commodities and prices, but SEU for your ship is important and getting the right size hold is imperative. For example, if you have 32 SEU of cargo to shift, but your ship can only carry 20 SEU, then that is a no-go. With the small scale of cargo runs you'll be doing, it is advised to only carry items of greater value. Obviously, if you're carrying a full 8 SEU load of something that's valued at 2 credits per SEU, it'll result in a real poor return, of which is not really worth the time or the fuel costs. So be sure to pick the cargo wisely. Higher value goods will obviously grant you greater return, but the risk increases as well, so finding the right balance is important. With that in mind, let's take a look at some of the light ships which can carry a useful amount of cargo. So if you're thinking of running some cargo solo missions, there are a few ships available to you. Starter ships like the Mustang Alpha or the Aurora Clipper or even the Reliant Core have a very small hold and in their nature not ideally suited to hauling goods, but there is something to be said for filling the 6 SEU available to you with an extremely high value commodity and delivering it within relatively safe space. The thinking here is pretty much calling the pirates' bluff. Obviously, no one in their right mind would haul anything worth stealing in an Aurora. And to be fair, if there's a few ships that they would try and maybe take down, isolating an Aurora to scan and check to see what it's carrying is very unlikely when there could be much better options available to them. If though you are looking for something a little more substantial, which has good speed, maneuverability and the ability to defend itself in a bad situation, then there are a couple of great options for you. The Avenger Titan and the Origin 300i both have 8 standard cargo unit holds, and the 315P by Origin has 12 SEU. Each of these ships are excellent all-rounders and ideally suited to running small loads, which could be of significant value as well. Both can handle themselves in a fight and have the speed to get out of there if need be. The other great feature about these ships is the ability that you can log in and out using their beds. The 300 series even has a full-on living quarters, so for any hauling jobs around, say 8 to 12 SEU with the 315P, and these ships will really suit the need. Now if you're looking for something a little more professional and specialised, then the best option has to be the Hull A. The Hull series are designated cargo haulers, ranging in scale from 48 SEU with the Hull A, all the way up to 98,000 SEU in the Hull E. The Hull A, which is still to be built, is the smallest dedicated solo cargo hauler. Useful for your everyday runs throughout the Empire. Ill-advised to leave the safety net of the UEE though, as it's not got any use in combat, nor will it likely have a great manoeuvring speed. Think of it as your everyday local delivery driver in a small van. Small, same system, maybe even the same planet domestic deliveries. A great way to earn a little bit of cash, maybe while saving up for the next hull in line. Now I found a bit of a wildcard ship for hauling. The Drake Vulture is not a cargo ship, nor is it a combat ship. The Drake Vulture is a solo salvaging ship. but it does feature a handy 12 SEU cargo hold, which could come in handy for earning a bit of extra cash on the side if the scrap business is a little slow. It's even got a full living quarters as well, so if you're on a long haul trip ahead of you, you can load the cargo into the hold and get a little extra cash en route to the next scrap job. So to conclude, the best small solo cargo ship is not as straightforward as it seems, and it's all a little relative to the job at hand. Personally, I would probably pick my Avenger Titan and run a small scale haul of decent value. Make sure that I've plotted a good safe route with potentially a couple of shortcuts, prepping my ship beforehand to try and spend as little time in the unlawful locations as possible. Coming in 3.7, we will be getting the ability to rent ships. So if you only own a single ship, be it a cargo hauler or just a starter ship, if you do want to dip your toe into the world of Star Citizen and cargo hauling, then 3.7 is a good time because you will be able to rent the ship, test it out and see if it's something you like. Anyway, I hope this video has helped you decide on what ship might be useful for when you do decide to take some cargo running. With that said, be sure to let me know what your favourite ship is when it comes to hauling light loads. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more Star Citizen content and follow me over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Follow me over on Twitter and Instagram. Big thank you to my patrons. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you next time.